Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Play Total War Warhammer, the latest addition to the Total War franchise and a crossover with fantasy. Those of you who are familiar with the Total War series, this is very different. There is magic, there are RPG elements, and the different races play a lot more different than the factions in the previous Total War games. What does that mean? Well, normally when you play Total War and you choose the Egyptians and not the Romans in Total War Rome, you will get chariots instead of legionaries as special unit, but that's about it. Here, the different races play completely different. Some of them don't even use cities. Some of them do not use the normal recruitment style. They have all different technology, not only technology trees, but also different ways of developing technologies and different prerequisites to research technologies. They have special heroes, special spells, special items. They all play a lot different. I will be playing the Empire because I'm personally very familiar with the Empire since I have a lot of miniatures of the Empire. I have, for example, 2 steam tanks. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Warhammer lore, Warhammer fantasy lore, Arch Warhammer, best YouTube channel in the world for Warhammer and Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k lore. So if you have any questions about the Luminarch, Demigriffin Knights, Steam Tanks, the Empire, why, how, where and when, just Arch Warhammer. He will answer every question you'll ever have. So this, for example, is a steam tank. For those of you who are very familiar with the lore of Warhammer Fantasy, the steam tanks is around for I think 4 or 3 editions. The Demigriffin Knights and the Luminarch are pretty new, so this game has all the new units of the Warhammer franchise, god thanks, not the end times. So we'll have to choose our leader. Why is this important? Our leader will give us different benefits to our entire empire. If we take Karl Franz, we'll get plus 5% movement to all characters and minus 10% upkeep for Reichsguard and Greatswords. If we take Balthasar Gate, who's a mage, we'll have 1 more Battle Wizard and we'll pay less upkeep for the Battle Wizard. Now you say, Karl Franz is a leader. What actually can he do else than leading? Well, he's a close combat fighter and he's a pretty good one. In the old Warhammer Total War games, your leader has a small number of cavalrymen with him and you should not send him into battle because if killed, it's very bad. And they do not do that much impact on the enemy. Here, one such leader, it might be a Warg Boss, might be a Vampire, might it be a Chaos Warrior leader, or Chaos Champion, or even here Karl Franz. These guys can take out entire units by themselves. And that's if they're not trained and equipped. They can find weapons, armor and stuff. They can learn special tricks, special abilities, and they can whack havoc. If you train this guy up right, he can slay a demon prince or a giant by himself. If you take Karl Franz, you'll get halberdiers for free, handgunners for free, and Reichsguard. Well, one of them, a starting bonus, you could say. The Reichsguard are excellent shock cavalry. They're actually upgraded knights. The handgunners are, well, guys armed with guns. And the halberdiers are pretty good against monsters. Keep in mind, you're in the beginning fighting Humies, other Empire, Rook Empire forces, and they don't have any big units, monsters, or something like that. We can take Balthasar Gelt. He will get 1 more Battle Wizard. Less upkeep for the Battle Wizard. He can cast spells. Now, you might ask, if you're from the Total War faction, what is spellcasting here? Well, actually, it's some kind of artillery. More or less. Well, you can cast other things as well, but mainly it's artillery. Think of this guy as a mobile artillery piece. That does not do that much damage, sadly. For those of you who play Warhammer, well, magic here has 2 big differences. For one, it cannot fumble. And second, it cannot be dispelled. Woo! Yes, that is evil, I know. But it's not doing that much damage, so rest assured, it's okay. He will get Outriders. Now you would think this is light cavalry. They are in some sort, but they're not, because normally light cavalry is used to harass enemy ranged units or artillery. These guys are not very good at that. and to run down fleeing enemy units. These guys are not good at that. These guys are primarily marksmen on horses. You have the great swords. Yes, great swords. Armored, armor-piercing, armored infantry. Loud sounds big, is not. Don't trust these guys to be that good. They get killed pretty easily. They're humans. Always remember, you're playing Empire, you're playing humans. These guys die. And you have a mortar. Well, what more is there to say? If you have a mortar and the enemy doesn't, you're the one who is dictating the battlefield, because the enemy has to get to you. Unless he wants to be blown up, which they don't. That's the reason we take Balthasar Gelt. Forget about the Dart Riders, forget about the Great Swords. He has a mortar to start with, and the others don't. So, without any further ado, let's take the Metal Mage out, and we'll see ourselves on the campaign map. And here we are, and here's our first mission. The Successionists are after us. Well, we're after them, more or less.
No!
And here we can see them. They have spearmen and 5 units that we have not yet identified.
The Empire.
Here is Balthasar Gelt. He has a mortar, outriders, crossbowmen, spearmen, swordsmen, and great swords. So, shielded. That means these guys are better against missile units. You see, the yellow section is where we can move. And the red cycle tells us that there is an enemy who's guarding and harassing this place. Well, when you look at the map, you will notice that we're actually controlling very little. The map is split up into provinces, and each province is split up into different sections or settlements. We actually control only one province, and of that province we only control one settlement, Altdorf. Helmgard, Algard and Grünburg are under control of the Successionists. We have been selected as leader and emperor, and actually only one province settlement follows our rule. Now, isn't that great? Okay, however, up here is our money, here is our upkeep. Without any further ado, let's go into the first battle, shall we?
Ulrich's will!
So he's telling me that he's got crossbowmen, he's got spearmen 2 times, he's got sword fighters, and he's got this terrible guy. And this guy is really, really bad, because look at this, he has shield and armor. So he's taking a lot to take down. Arrows, bolts, and rifle shots. Hard to kill this guy, but we can do it. According to the computer, the enemy is on the better parts because he's got more men. But we have a mage and we have a mortar, so we're okay. Let's fight him. And here we are. This power says us how powerful magic is on this map. We can start to gamble, but 20 is actually a very, very good number. We should not try to do better than that, so we start deployment. Now there's the first special thing. Our little outrider friends here can be deployed outside our normal deployment section. So we could put them a little bit upstairs, or up the hill, better so to say, which should be a good idea. So we want them all to fire, so we want a big line of them actually. Can I get this a little bit more that way? So let's see the range. Okay.
Let us show.
Good. Now here it gets interesting, because of course we want our artillery on the hill. We want our crossbowmen in front.
State troops ready.
And we want our spearmen left flank,
Swordsmen
our swordmen right flank,
ready for war.
and our great swords in the middle.
Balthasar Gelt!
So we're ready to go, we're ready to start the battle. Now we start the battle and we will immediately go pause game because we want to move a little.
Shoot them!
So, we want to shoot the enemy ranged fighters because that are the first ones that we have problems with. Sadly, there are not that many dying. We must keep an absolute eye on them because as soon as they start moving in our direction and starting to shoot at our guys, we should be ready to react.
Formation march! Quick march! We must defend our homes! At
Okay.
speed!
Seems like they've reacted. No.
Go! Move in now! Yes, sir, quickly!
I hope they didn't hit anything. Good, 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 good. I think we now concentrate our fire on this guys. They're still out of range. Let's see for the spells. Yes, yes, we're nearly there. Now, don't think that this will do a lot of damage because it will not. But it will disturb the enemy lines a little bit. So, they're shooting at those. He's doing his magic thing. That's okay. You should start shooting those.
Let the fields be sown with...
That didn't work as planned. Okay, you shoot those guys.
enemy blood!
Bow before me!
Are my guys firing? I hope they are. Bartosa Geld. Very good. The problem is that our main enemy friend here is already getting very, very close to us, and he will be the main problem because this guy does absolutely awesome amounts of damage. And he will crush into our lines, so we better move out of here. Oh crap.
Outriders! Ready!
They've seen us.
To battle! Sigmar calls! No lingering! All ranks, fire! Crossbowmen! Taking position! Sir. Take the ground! Taking that position!
Trying to
Quick
move.
march!
Oh, didn't want to click
Formation
anything.
march!
Okay, they're nearly into us. We keep firing on that guy. Where is our mage? We should do some harm here. Yeah, we could send him right into this guy's, but that will be dangerous. Okay, I want you to try to outflank the enemy. We try to run around them.
Missiles at the ready! By Ulrich's wrath!
Okay, this is going now to dangerous.
Outriders!
Okay, stop that for a moment. You see that our great swords are already taking a hell of a lot of damage. which is totally not what we want. Okay.
For the Emperor! Armed and ready! Quickly!
So, you stop that for once. You will move here.
Ready for war! Formation! March! No lingering! Ready!
And you will shoot
Understood.
this guy's back. And you will
Sigma
shoot
falls.
into this guy's back. And you see that my guys are taking a lot of damage.
By my will alone!
Outriders! Shoot them!
Yeah, my... Oh! Guess who just found me?
Sigma demands blood! Great swords! For the Warhammer! Ulrich's wolves charge
Kill
with
that
us!
guy.
Ready to serve!
Oh,
Moving now!
seems like the enemy has found us. Again.
We serve the Emperor! General! Crossbowmen! Sir! We obey! Sir!
We won, but we lost a hell of a lot of troops.
Weapons drawn! Our weapons are yours! For Heldenhammer!
You will immediately stop firing because they have a tendency to kill our own people.
Full and stop!
It's important that you kill the enemy lord. You might ask why? Well, that's easy, because if you
We
kill
are
the enemy
Sigma's
lord,
heirs.
you will get a lot more loot out of it. Boy, did we lose a lot of greatswords. And a lot of spearmen. And a lot of swordsmen. Okay, we must damage the... How much of the 19 of them survived? That is far too much. And the enemy lord is still moving.
Traitors! Great swords!
And now he's dead. Excellent. The enemy
Yes,
lord
sir!
is dead. That's what we
Quickly!
need.
Yes, sir! For the twin-tailed comet! Ready for war!
So this guy's only one.
Spearmen!
So I want the
Outriders!
outriders to kill those
Sigma
guys.
guides us!
I still have the feeling that there are a lot of them missing. Yes, here they are. Okay.
Ready!
Go up and
Yes,
chase
my
this
lord.
guys.
War!
Yeah, that's a problem with the good old-fashioned
The Empire
outriders. They're not very
endures!
good at running
For the
down
Warhammer!
morons.
Swordsmen! Now! We serve the Emperor!
Man, did we lost a lot of guys here. Yeah, great swords, armored, my ass. Okay, we still have time to catch up to the enemy.
Yes, General! Glory to the Empire!
Glory to the Empire, don't shoot so much, kill more.
Ulrich's teeth! Retreat!
I hope they kill more. Still not good enough at killing them. Keep killing, keep killing.
Ah!
It would have been better if we have taken out the enemy ranged fighters completely. They will still have ranged fighters and they will have a chance to replenish them, I fear.
General!
7. Destroying an enemy unit completely is a hard task.
Yes, sir!
So let's get these guys before they run off. Oh,
Flee! We obey!
we must kill more of them. Because this is an open field battle. That means if the enemy gets away,
us!
they will regroup and we'll have to fight them again. Well, of course they will still have losses, but look at us. We're pretty badly wounded as well.
Ulrich's chief! Retreat!
We must really kill more
The
of them.
Emperor will save us!
5 left. Come on.
A united empire!
Yeah,
is
as
all that matters!
cavalry, they are... As close combat cavalry, they're simply not very comfortable. Can you shoot that guy in the back before he gets away? No, you cannot.
At speed! By Galmaraz!
Then try to kill this last guy, okay?
Prepare the combat!
At least we lost only one of those guys, none of the mortars. That is bad, and we lost more than half of the great swords. That is really bad. But as I mentioned, these guys are very, very hard to keep alive. And my guys are exhausted. As you can see, that's the reason they're so slow. And now they're all dead. We lost 87 men. He lost 330. Only 29 of his survived. Sadly, it's the one that we don't like. Yay! Well, we could dump things. Oh, run unit replenishment by 20%. Of course, you don't get any replenishment when you're on the enemy's territory.
It is important to act quickly if you have any intention of securing lasting authority over the Empire. The people must learn that open dissent cannot be tolerated.
So we just move
Capture
over our
Grunberg
side,
and snuff out the resistance there.
and you will see that we get replenishments, although that not much. But yeah, well, it's okay. It's okay. He's not healing a lot, but he shouldn't be in battle in the first place. So, okay. We should buy ourselves some more troops, and of course we want
Sigmar's will.
because swordsmen are good. What else do we want? Well, as you can see, we have an upkeep of 1,878 gold. Part of this upkeep comes from our mortar, who has an upkeep of 69 gold pieces. Now, there's something special about the Empire, and that is something you should use right from the start, and that is the officers' table. Some of these officer, or how do you call it, titles are blocked by rank. We have only rank 2, so we cannot become Raid Master, Spy Master, Patriarch, or Archlector. But we can make him Castellan Engineer, which actually means we'll pay less for the construction, and we'll pay less for the upkeep. Now, for example, building this thing here up will cost us 2,000 gold, the rally field. Why do we need the rally field? Because without the rally field we cannot build halberdiers, we cannot build spearmen with shields, and we cannot build crossbowmen. Furthermore, our technology depends on buildings. We are the Empire. We can only research as long as we have the buildings. So, as you can see, we will need the rally field. So let's build a rally field. But before we build that, we'll make him Castellan Engineer. Hooray! Do you see? 200 gold pieces saved. First trick of the day.
Yes.
Second trick. Now he's only upkeep 150. Hooray! Now what else can we do? We can immediately recruit a fighter. leadership +3, but minus... Enemy leadership -2. Enemy leadership -2 local region. That's actually not that bad. I mean, this here is... Well, this is obviously bad. Because public order -1, and we will have a public order problem anyway. So we're taking this one here.
The nation calls.
He cannot do a lot in the beginning because he's alone. And when he's just started or when he's just recruited, he cannot move a lot.
What does the Emperor bid?
We can move him a little bit, but
plan.
not a lot. Look at the guy, he's got basic, nothing special. No horses, no followers, no trades, no nothing. But he can learn a lot of skills. Woohoo! He can even ride an Imperial Griffin. And that answers your question. Yes, there is air combat in this game. But no, the Empire is not very good.
So,
we have very, very few flying units, sadly. The most number of flying units actually is, I think, with the vampires, because they have bats and some vampires can fly and they have the one wolf and all that stuff. So they're pretty good at flying. We're not. So, we're already building the rally field to get our technology running. Our treasury, there is not a lot we can do at this point. He cannot recruit any troops because
I will.
Our friend already recruited all the troops and will need them.
Empire's blessings.
And
yes.
You cannot recruit the red bottles save everything. We could in theory move him over there and try to recruit troops in enemy territory. That is theoretically possible. Our Balthasar Geld didn't get anything in the last battles. Normally he finds items or he gets a follower, for example. Something like that. We have not been lucky. We didn't get anything. So what can we do? We can learn a skill. We can do something for our leadership. We can do something for our movement range. Or we can learn to do more damage with our spell. Minus 50% cooldown, so we actually learn the spell faster. But why should we do that? Well, of course, because we can then learn the real combat spells. Although I admit making him a little bit faster in movement would also be nice. Oh, there you can see the spell. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, it looks impressive, but actually it's not. Well, that is damaging, yes. Causes magical damage, but yeah, well. But we have a mage and we'll use him as a mage, so okay with this. So, we can try diplomacy, but in the beginning...
Relations with foreign powers may be managed through diplomacy, my lord.
You see, there are a lot of Humies, there's some... there's Pretonia, for example. There's some school meshes. Let's sort them by attitude, oh boy. So, as you can see... Only Tabaland likes us a little, and these guys don't want to trade with us. Or well, they perhaps want, but they can't.
It is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
We could make a non-aggression pact. Yay! Can we
By
offer
Sigmar's
something else?
will, come in peace.
I don't think they will do that. No, of course not. Let's talk to Pretonia, perhaps.
The Empire only cross the Grey Mountains when they need something from me.
Yes, actually,
What
we
is
need
it
a
this
trade
time?
agreement. You want 200 golds. Well, this will pay itself in 4 turns, so okay. And I totally like trade agreements. We cannot trade with those guys, but we can perhaps trade with Kislev.
Let us toast Urson to your arrival. Do not worry. I only poison my enemies.
Yeah, okay, this is not very beneficial for you, I give you that. Perhaps we can give you a little payment on top. Yeah, they will not accept that. I would not accept that. Because, well, we're getting 133 out of it, and they're only getting 61 out of it, so there is no way they will do that. With the rest, we obviously can trade.
Approach and make your offer, but I make no promises to my...
And the rest does not like us enough to make a trade.
I will listen, but my time is short.
Okay, well then, that's for trading at the moment. The orcs, of course, will not trade. And they have no settlements. So, that was the first turn. I hope you liked it. Next turn we'll take down Grünburg. Hopefully. I'll see you there. And I hope you enjoy. And if you have any questions, if you want any more tips, just let me know and you'll get. Until then, bye.